In June of 2021, I saw a mother and daughter get thrown off of the flight that I was on.
We have little kids, we can't have nobody else.
Their behavior was extremely entitled. I dubbed them Karen and Karen 2.0.
You started yelling, we can't have nobody else.
The mother and daughter were the last to board our flight in what was a full flight. The daughter said to the flight attendant, "This isn't gonna work. My mom needs an aisle seat." She said to the flight attendant, "You need to make an announcement and ask somebody to move because my mom needs an aisle seat." The flight attendant then said, "I can't do that." And the daughter said, "Then I'll do it." And proceeded to scream into the plane of passengers, "Excuse me, passengers." And that's when I started recording. It escalated, and she said,
"We'll just go sit down and she can just cry and scream on the plane." She's gonna grab on you and scream and cry.
The next flight attendant came down the aisle and said,
"Okay, ma'am, if you're gonna say things like that, I'm gonna put you on a different plane."
it literally took an hour for these people to get off of the plane.
I'm so glad you recorded that.
Me too.
What made you decide to record it?
They were just acting crazy. It wasn't going to stop. The daughter was so riled up and insistent that she was going to get an aisle seat.
It seems like then she was trying to kind of laugh it off, like, well, okay, she'll just cry and grab onto all of you. Was she embarrassed at that point?
I think so. I think she was, because she wasn't getting her way. The flight attendant was very clear that she wasn't going to get the seat that she wanted because they had already made 2 announcements for a mother and a little kid to sit together, and so people have already moved twice. And so the flight attendant had told her, "We can't make another announcement for a plane full of adults to move for another adult." And so that's when the daughter said, "Well, then I'll make the announcement." And so she yelled into the plane full of people saying, "Excuse me, passengers." And then the flight attendant came down and said, "You can't be yelling into the plane full of people." And what triggered the flight attendant to prompt the removal was when she said, "Then she'll cry and scream and yell and grab onto people." And she said, "If you're going to cry and scream and grab and yell and grab onto people, then we're going to have to get you off of this flight."
Yeah. Okay. Now you fly a fair amount, right?
Yes.
There was one person that just took their shoes off and just put their feet up on the wall as a footrest.
Yes.
And then you've got this, you posted one, the man spreader
Yes.
that thinks he apparently purchased half of your seat as well, right? Those are your knees
Yep.
pushed together, and he's just spread out.
Yeah.
Did you say anything to him?
I did when he went like this and hit me in the face. I said, "Excuse me," and he said, "Yes, excuse you." So I wasn't about to say anything else after that.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.